Hello YouTube viewers, this is Ultima112 talking here with another V-News. And today I don't have Victoryhero999 with me, but I have someone else with me.
You're not alone, Ultima. Not alone.
His name is CPXDS, and you guys all know him from a lot of my Vanguard battles he's been in.
Apparently.
Maybe I should change it to Ultima/CPXDS. No, I won't do that. I won't do that for you guys, but yes, we are doing another V-News, and this one is going to be set
15, Infinite Rebirth, for the English format.
So, there's so much to talk about for this one because there's like some cards, there's gonna be like some cards that get changes, there's some new cards, some more builds. So, let's get on with it. And instead of me using my normal iPad like this one, like remember the Livetunes from my second episode, I'm not using my iPad anymore because I'm using Guerrero's computer, which is right here. Whoops.
And he's throwing everything all over the place because he's a doofus like that.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on.
So now like we have more like a chance to like use, so we have more organization. So the clans that are just getting a boost in the set 15 and the Infinite Rebirth, maybe I should just give it a Infinite Rebirth thing, is Link Joker's Gold Paladin, Shadow Paladin, Kagero, Octoforce, Mega Colony, and Pale Moon. 7 clans are getting boosted in this one. And a lot of them is going to be very popular for each with some cards.
This also happens to be as the last set for the Link Joker arc, at least.
Yes.
Before we move on to Legion B.
Yes, because America finally caught up with Japanese. But yeah, the last arc for Link Joker.
Not really.
Not really.
Not really. Still pretty far behind.
So let's start with Link Joker, since it's gonna be his last clan. Maybe we should we say that last?
Moving on. I guess we should start with it because they introduced a new rarity.
Okay, so with this, so let's go.
Alright, so with the Link Joker, as far as Infinite Rebirth goes, they actually introduced a new rarity, and I think this is the only time this rarity is ever shown. It's called Triple Reverse. It's Triple R except with the reverse art, and the unit that the unit that is the Triple Reverse is Star Vader Omega Glendios. This is a card not a lot of people, I want to say, are actually looking forward to seeing. Some are. But the thing is, because it's a new rarity, this rarity I believe you're only guaranteed one of per every case. So that's every 16 boxes of Infinite Rebirth, you get one Omega Glendios. And he has quite a couple of abilities to boot. He's actually very scary in reality. So he is technically the first unit that have an ultimate break and a limit break.
Well, not the first. Remember, there's Vermilion, the Blood, the...
I said ultimate break and a limit break.
Okay, okay, I only heard the ultimate break. I'm sorry.
Oh. So, yes. So it's easier to explain. And then he has other abilities, and he's also the first 11k base to be introduced without Ward, which is, if you don't have a unit of the same clan, this unit cannot attack. So I'm gonna, I guess, explain his limit break first to make sense. So it's Counterblast 1 and take a reverse unit from your hand to discard it. And what you do is all of your opponent's locked cards become Omega Locked, which is a new mechanic, which is they don't unlock normally, or locked units normally unlock during the owner's turn end phase. But with Omega Lock, they don't unlock and they stay locked. So it's pretty much a relock during the end phase, I want to say. And then that works with its ultimate break, which is it changes the game because it's at the beginning of your main phase. If you have your opponent has 5 locked cards, you win.
It's pretty much just like in Yu-Gi-Oh! The 5 pieces of Exodia. You get all 5 pieces, you automatically win. The same thing with the Mega Glendios. You get all 5 of your opponent's rear guards locked, you win automatically on your next turn.
As long as you have 5 damage, but...
Yeah, but...
Or Maze's End in Magic, where if you get all the gates, you automatically win.
It's similar to that, but then a lot of people would be going and saying... But a lot of people would be saying at this point, wait, reverse unit, there aren't no Link Joker reverse units. How do you do this? So this is where his other 2 effects come into play, actually. So his first effect says when you put a reverse unit on rearguard circle, so it's for any clan, you get to lock one of your opponent's rearguard. You can only use this ability once. And his other ability is what actually allows this deck to function, because he gives all reverse units the ability, or they pretty much all reverse units on rear guard become Link Joker, meaning they can now attack because the Lord requirement has now been met.
But there's a problem with this one too, because if you don't ride a Mega Glendios in your Vanguard circle and you ride a different rear guard, or if you ride a different one, it's technically just saying you got Great Lock right there.
Yeah, so in situations it would actually be better to normally not ride, because riding reverse actually will detriment you more than anything else. But this is where one of the triple rares from the set come in. The Link Joker's only triple rare for the set is actually called Star Vader Reverse Cradle, and it's actually a reversed Link Joker unit.
I think the only reversed Link Joker unit.
Actually, yeah, it is. But this is what allows this deck. It allows this deck to function fluently, because if you don't end up riding Glendia, so if you don't end up riding like the Break Ride, which I know a lot of people are going to combo with it, like you're practically gridlocked. However, if you ride into Reverse Cradle, you actually now have a chance to. You still have a chance. You can still fight, and you still have a better chance to win. So, Reverse Cradle has Lord, but his alternate ability allows him to make all reverse units. So, or they turn all reverse units into Link Joker.
So it still has like the final effect of Omega Glendios effect, where he makes all the reverse cards that enters the rear guard circle a secondary Link Joker. So because of that, he will be very highly used in a lot of Omega Glendios builds. Am I correct?
Yes. Like I've seen most, like from what I've seen with the Mega Glendios, you can't run it without this card, and if you do, it's very difficult, because on the off chance that you don't find like your Break Ride, you don't find Glendios, you're fucked. So this card is very nice, but then he has a limit break of his own, which helps, which is when a rear guard is placed, or when a reverse unit hits rear guard, lock one of your opponent's units, and Reverse Cradle gains 5,000 power.
So pretty much the first half is similar to Mega Glendios. When a rear guard enters the when a reverse enters a rear guard circle, you lock a unit, but but minusing out the gaining power.
Yeah, something I did forget to mention about Glendios. He does make all reverse units Link Joker, but he also gives them 4,000 power, which kind of doesn't make much sense, but still. The only other Link Joker triple or double rare to hit to be released is actually Star Vader Freeze Ray Dragon. I actually really like this card because I feel like it's strong. Even at a 10k base, it's amazing. So it's a great day with 10,000 power with 2 abilities. His first ability, or his limit break, is whenever a unit becomes locked, he gains 3,000 power, I believe.
Hold on, the computer's loading.
Yeah.
Where is your computer slow?
My internet's slow in general.
Should.
And yes, if you guys haven't noticed, this is not the same background that I used for my first episode. We're doing it at a different location because
this location is considerably better.
It is. We have better lighting and all that, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
But you guys pretty much get the idea of how Mega Glendios should work.
Yeah, and pretty much most of the cards in the set give him support, and there's not much else in
here we go.
Okay, here's Freeze Ray Dragon. So his limit break should read...
Oh yeah, so he does get to plus 3,000 power. You were right on
when
that.
your opponent's rear guard is locked. His other effect is very interesting, and I guess justifies his 10k body, which is whenever you take damage, lock one of your opponent's rear guard.
Hey, don't copy Angel Feathers here.
This is interesting. Nothing else. What this does is his ruling actually dictates like Spring Breeze Messenger, Vivian, stuff like that. So if you were hit with like Spring Breeze Messenger, you lock Spring Breeze Messenger, you get the lock before Spring Breeze goes off. And actually with Vivian's wording is she needs to be boosted. If you lock her booster or lock Vivian, you're not allowed to trigger the effect because the requirements under technicality weren't met. So that's why this deck's actually very good, and it's actually defensively amazing. And what I feel lock should have been in the first place.
So that's pretty much all the Link Joker's triples doubles. We don't talk about a lot of singles or commons because like if there's a combination with the singles or commons, we will talk about them, but other than that we don't get too deep into those. So those are the triples and doubles. that probably will be used a lot. But the other clan, Kageros, one of the cards is gonna get a reprint, which everybody loves. Ever since the first set came,
Actually, set's a trial deck. He was on the trial deck.
The trial deck. But from the episode, from the very first season, Draconic Overlord, everybody's favorite. He's gonna get reprinted.
He doesn't technically get reprinted, does he?
Well, he does get reprinted, but by the look at the artwork we're seeing, it doesn't look like it. But he gets new effects now, because instead of counterblasting 3 in order to do like the triple attack on the rear guards and all that, he's now become a break ride. So pretty much, typical break ride gets to plus 10,000. But the other effect is counterblast 1. Choose a card from your hand and discard it. At the end of that battle phase, this unit attacks a rear guard. You may pay the cost. If you do, stand this unit again. This ability cannot be used for the rest of that turn. So thankfully, it cannot be used. But so pretty much, it's pretty much just like one of those break rides that allows you to restand your Vanguard. But it still is a twin drive check, so it's a boost from the original Draconic Overlord. But you cannot attack like 3 times anymore with them.
It still feels the same though.
And his other effect is he gets pretty much Draconic Overlord becomes a break right now, because he also gets a plus 2,000 if you have more, if the number of rear guards you have is more than your opponent's. So pretty much you gotta make sure you have more than him. So it's sort of Ignition Dragon pretty much for the other effect.
But if this card has a different ability, technically wouldn't you be able to run the Old Draconic Overlord with it?
Yeah, pretty much. So, but technicality, you could only run like 4 of the same cards. So pretty much this is Draconic Overlord, no other additional name. The original Draconic Overlord will still count as this new one.
Yes, so they're both qualified as the same card.
So if you want to run like both of them, you gotta run like 2-2, the original and then the 2 of the new one.
But wait, Draconic Overlord was known to attack everybody 3 times a turn.
Yes.
So shouldn't they still have the way to do it?
Yes, there is. That will be his new Crossfight. It's not the end, but it's the rebirth. Pretty much Draconic Overlord got rebirthed through the lore
of Link Joker.
Of Link Jokers. I hate those guys are old.
Them.
Yes, I know. So pretty much this one is a typical cross break ride, gives plus 2,000 if the Draconic Overlord is in it. So if you guys have the original one, you could use this one on it technicality.
Under cross ride.
Yes. But highly advise you should get the break ride for the new Draconic Overlord break ride. But his effect is you counterblast 1, choose one of your character's rear guard and lock them. And
it says 1 or more actually.
Oh, 1 or more, sorry. 1 or more and lock them. The number of lock cards you have is 5 or more. Until end of the turn, this unit gets plus 10,000. And there's another one. Choose 2 characters from your hand and discard them. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked the Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand this unit. This ability cannot be used for the rest of that turn.
So it's still possible to swing 3 times with the Draconic Overlord.
Yes. So pretty much you ride him, you cross ride him. You attack first. You activate a break ride. Attack again. Activate his limit break, and then you attack 3 times in a row.
So standing him 3 times and twin driving 6 times.
And I think you only discard 3 cards total?
Yeah, you discard 3 cards total,
and you're attacking 3 times in a row, so you're gaining so you got 3 cards additionally.
You still
6 cards.
You're still getting plus, especially if you have just grade 3s and you're ditching those.
Yeah, so very scary card because but the downfall is he's like Tempest Bolt Dragon. He's only really strong if he's by himself. Tempest Bolt Dragon, if you guys don't remember from my last episode, or whichever episode it was Tempest Bolt Dragon gains additional plus 2,000 for each open rearguard circle in each fighter's field. His effect is sort of similar, but it's only on your field. But you need to lock all your units. Pretty much you got rid of both your attackers, your boosters, and it's only rebirth attacking. But the additional side, you're attacking 3 times with them. So unless your opponent has 3 sentinels to block that.
Actually, you're swinging all 3 times at 33,000 minus triggers.
Yes, so if they have a big hand to guard that, they're not gonna survive. They're not gonna be able to be happy about it.
It's painful.
So it's a very good card to get in pre-releases. If you guys are Kagero players and you guys are very excited, trust me, I am very excited for the new Draconic Overlord and the Rebirth to come out.
You are not.
But at the same time, I'm more scared I'm more scared of it.
I actually want to see what this does to like older Kagero decks because under all technicality, Draconic Overlord actually the new Draconic Overlord acts as a cross ride for the end.
Yeah, at the same time too. So pretty much you guys get the Draconic over the end, but don't want to get the Rebirth. If you guys still have the end, you guys could still do it and be able to do a break ride with them.
Yeah.
So pretty much either way. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, the end of the break ride Draconic Overlord, those two combination will be even more powerful because you get to attack with the end even more.
But you're paying 3 counterblasts instead of 2, but you're only ditching 2 cards.
Yes. Let's see. And it seems like Kaigo's getting a new is this a quintet wall?
It's a quintet wall.
Yes, a quintet wall. Kaigo's getting a quintet wall. Its name, I forgot, immediately, Dragonite Gamel. So pretty much like a typical quintet wall, you place onto the Guardian Circle. I don't know if I said that right. Did I say that right? Gamel? Gimme?
Who knows? They haven't said it in English yet.
What? Gimmel.
Yeah,
Gimmel. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm saying some of these names wrong.
No one knows. No one knows until they announce it in English.
But anyway, pretty much pretty much like all quintet wall. You place under the Guardian Circle, you count +1, you take the top 5 of your cards from your deck, place under the Guardian Circle, and those count as your Guardians. Very hand conservative, but also very to thin out your deck a lot faster. Unless you're playing Genesis that has that one card that puts all cards that you put into your Guardian Circle into your Guardian.
Even in Genesis, like you mostly run the perfect guard because you have so much draw power already. Like you don't need to rely on the quintet wall combo.
So quintet wall for Kagero. So can't wait for that to come up. And from my last time in the sneak peek, I pulled out a Quintet Genesis card. That card killed me so many times. So
you let it kill you. That's the thing. You did it on purpose. Like you had 3 cards left in the deck and you used it.
Hey, if I'm gonna lose, I'd rather lose in style, right, people? Anyway, so very good card, a very good card for your deck if you guys wanna like conserve your hand. I think this card will be good if you go with the Rebirth and Draconic Overlord because like you're only wasting 1 card so to use it.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot more effective, and since in the Rebirth you don't run as much counterblast, it's a lot easier versus like the end where you have to save your counterblasts for him.
Yeah. So a very good card to put in the Rebirth, but in my case the combination for it will probably be like 2 to 3 Sentinels and 1 to 2 Quintet walls. That should be like a good combination right there.
They both are red under the Sentinel text, meaning you can only have 4 of them in a deck.
Yeah, so play around with that, people, if you guys get that once this set comes out. And next double rare is the Draconic Burnout. A lot of Draconics now, huh?
Well, I guess Draconic's now an archetype.
Yep, and what he does is you Soul Blast 1 when this is placed on the rear card circle. If you have a Kagero Vanguard, choose 1 card with Overlord in its card name from your drop zone, and you may put it on the bottom of your deck. If you do, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's rear guard and retire it. So pretty much is a good card because like let's say like you heal let's say you had an Overlord in your damage zone and you put it into your heal. And you healed it out of your damage zone, you play him and you put that Overlord back in your deck so you have a chance to drop again.
There is another way that people go about doing that, you know.
Probably.
There's another card we can discuss about it after this.
So that's all the Kageros. The 2 biggest ones that a lot of people will be trying to get will probably be the new Draconic Overlord Break Ride and the Draconic Overlord The Rebirth.
I would go as far as say the new Gold Paladin support maybe it's sought after too because it's an answer to Link Joker.
Well, for now we're talking about one clan at a time.
Fair enough, sorry.
Since we're talking about Kageros, those are probably the 2. Maybe the Quintet Wall, depending on what it is. Depending of how you guys build it. So if you guys want the Quintet Wall, good luck then. So I'm not saying you guys are gonna get it. I'm just like thinking it might be hard, but anyway, on to the next clan.
I'll go ahead and talk about Aquaforce because there's not much to talk about. It's one of my favorite clans. So they finally get their archetype mentioning, like Liberators. Liberators. Why am I spacing out? Jewel Knights, Silverthorn, stuff like that. Their archetype is now named Blue Storm, and Well, it's modeled after the original trump card for Aqua Force, Blue Storm Dragon Maelstrom. And so what happened is Maelstrom now gets a second cross ride, which is a reverse cross ride. I actually know what he does offhand, so what he does is Counterblast 1, take a unit, rest it first, and then lock it. And on the 4th battle of the turn he attacks, you can pay the cost. He'll gain 5,000 power and +1 critical for the battle, but he also gains another skill, and that is, after the battle, if your opponent chose to guard his attack, you get to draw a card and retire one of your opponent's rear guard. So it pretty much puts a lot of pressure on your opponent because it states like
not only is getting additional crit, but he's also retiring one of your own units.
That's actually conditional because it's pretty much take what you want. It's like, am I gonna take the 2 potential 3 to 4 damage, or am I gonna have to guard his attack and he's gonna kill one of my units and he gets to draw a card, so he gets a +2. Either way, you get the advantage and your opponent suffers because it's either you're taking 2 or 3 damage or you're killing cards from your hand, so your opponent gets cards and kills one of your units.
And I think this is the first time ever I ever seen a card that actually says rest it first and then lock it.
It's actually very specific on wording, but that's interesting because otherwise Aqua Force players like me would just burst out with everything. They wouldn't have anything to rest, and then they'd just lock a rested unit, and they'd suffer absolutely no repercussion. Because it says rest and lock, you have to actually think about it for a second, and one of your attacks is going to suffer at the end of the day, unless you're using like the Blue Storms, like I said, Blue Storm Sound archetype. So unless you're using the new generic like 12k attackers or 10k attackers, which at the end of the day you probably are, but
yeah.
And then, well, as I said, because now Blue Storm is an archetype, they're getting a new Sentinel, and for now they actually get a Quintet Wall. So as he mentioned, it's Counterblast 1, when you guard from your hand with this card, you pay the cost to call the top 5 cards in Aqua Force from your deck.
Another card that you do not want to give them a sneak peek unless you're playing Aqua Force. If you do...
So, like with Maelstrom Reverse, he only uses 1 Counterblast at a time. So you have the opportunity to hold your Counterblast, and since you're already going to be drawing a bunch of cards, you might as well use like the Quintet Walls and stuff, because I know a lot of the Blue Storm archetype from this set require special Counterblasts, so it's a lot safer and easier to run Quintet Wall versus the Perfect Guards now. Alright, that really sums up anything Aqua Force related, so I guess next up we should talk about Pale Moon?
Okay, so Pale Moon is even less of a support than Link Jokers because what I see here, they only have 1 triple R/SP, which is now the new version. New version
Yes.
of Lukier. Her name is Silver Thorn Dragon Empress Venus Lukier. What is up with all these things getting longer for each time they get reprinted?
When did it start getting into planets? I thought the cosmos belonged to the galaxy Black Cougar.
Venus is the goddess of beauty, so it's obviously after that.
Well, I know where I'm invading
The
next.
Greek. It's not beauty, it's love.
If you guys are wondering who that voice is, that is Stella, aka his username is Shadow of Darkness. Am I correct?
That is correct.
You guys will be seeing him more in my. You guys will be seeing him in my Vanguard battles. I'll be battling with him soon, probably after this video. So, pretty much. Okay, so back to Silverthorn Dragon Empress Venus Lukier. That is a. I'm telling you, so one of these days I'm gonna get a tongue twisting out by my tongue.
But the card actually compensates for the name.
I'm gonna bite my tongue one of these days.
After you do, you'll never stop.
So, she is a new version. So pretty much what this lore is. She got Lukier got reversed. She got released by the reverse by the Link Jokers, and so now she became a new card. And pretty much what this card is, her limit break is Counterblast 2 card with Silver Thorns. So pretty much it's a specific Counterblast. Special Counterblast we call it.
A special Counterblast is what I always called it, because that's what it is. But...
And you soul charge 2, choose up to 5 Pale Moon cards with the sum of their grades being 6 or less from your soul and call them to separate rear yard circle. This ability can then be used for the rest of the turn.
Wait, it says specifically up to 5? I thought it was as many as you wanted.
Well,
oh, that's so fun. that would have been hilarious. They called 20 grade
This
zeros.
is just like the 5 cards with the sum of their grades being 6 or less.
Exactly, 7 grade zeros.
And like the cross ride, she gets plus 2000 Silver Throat Tamer Luke Pierre comes down. Seriously, you go from Tamer to Reverse, then to Empress.
Actually,
Wow.
no, Tamer to Queen.
Tamer to Queen to Empress. Okay, actually that makes sense then. Okay, so pretty much that's her effect, and pretty much not a lot of changes for Pale Moons. Pretty much if you already have like a Rurouni Air Reverse deck already, you can pretty much change those out for her. You hear that, Guerrero?
What?
You hear that, Guerrero? The moment this card comes out in set 15 for you, you can change out your reverse card for her.
I know.
So
It's my plan.
So once we get those cards for Guerrero, you guys will be seeing him play. You'll be seeing either me or him playing it. I have a feeling it's gonna be him.
Probably me.
Most likely him.
So not a lot of changes with Pale Moon. So there's probably some boosts for commons and singles. So probably new starters or triggers. Who knows? But pretty much that's the big change for Luke Air. She's gonna get a new cross ride.
Alright.
So what are they called now? We're not talking about Mega Colony. There we go.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I thought you were gonna take a Mega.
No, I was gonna take like Gold or Shadow.
Oh, Gold.
Because I have a lot to say about Gold Paladins.
Oh, you have a lot of shit about Shadows though, too, don't you?
Not as much. Like Gold Paladins, there's a lot more I want to say.
Really? I thought you liked Shadow Paladins.
Gold Paladins, like there's a lot I want to discuss with Gold Paladins.
We have a lot of stuff. The reason we're putting Gold Paladins last is because everybody loves Sendo Aichi and his clan of Gold Paladins. And if you guys already finished the whole series, Japanese or dub, please tell you watch sub because I'm not a big fan of English dub. I'm sorry.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but I'm just not a big fan of it.
Plus, for Gold Paladins, I think in America it's considered like the most used clan or something, and there's a lot of support back then. But go on.
Anyway, so Mega Colony is gonna get 2 new grade 3s for double rares. Sadly, they're not triple rares, but they can still be coming speak.
What, they get 3?
3.
Well, it's not grade 3, but they get...
Oh, yeah. They also get 1 more. They also get, like, I think this is
It's a quintet
wall. So they get 2 new grade 3 and a quintet wall.
And an archetype.
And our archetype, which is the machining spark, am I correct?
It's machining.
Machining. Is there really a point to that?
Yes, because people want to know.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you've got to be specific.
The subclan for Mega Colony is is machining. So if you guys want to get some machining, go ahead. Pretty much this one is a brake ride for machining, which is called Machining Spark Hercules. Great. It froze. God damn it.
I didn't read it, it's on the break.
Okay, there we go. So pretty much what he is a brake ride, like I said. And what his is Counterblast 2 card with machining, so another special Counterblast. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if all your opponent's Vanguard and Rearguards are rest, you may pay the cost. If you do, this unit gets plus 10,000 and a crit. Oh wait, no, never mind. This is not a break, right? My bad.
You don't need... Like, you might as well explain machining because their break ride isn't a part of machining.
I don't remember what it does.
His break ride is actually kind of it's contradiction. What's that word where it's like too conflicting? Yeah, it's conflicting. Like, it's easier to explain some of these first, and then we can go into like the break ride. Because break ride is.
And opponent coming here and choose one of your opponent's rear guard, and that unit cannot stand during your opponent's stand phase. So pretty much, make a counter specialty. Force your opponent to not be able to stand. Very hard to deal with, but doesn't counter a lot of clans that requires it. Probably annoys Aqua Force a little bit.
A lot.
His other effect is Soul Blast 1 with machining in his card next to a special Soul Blast. Rest all your opponent's rear guard, and this unit gets plus 2,000 on the turn. So if your opponent decides not to attack with all their rear guard, then there's your way to like force them to rest them. But in my case, if I'm playing Tentacle Dragon, I don't need rear guard. So technically, he doesn't get plus 10,000 in credit. They have no rear guard.
Well, theoretically, he still gets a 10 in the crit. I mean,
But it says like rear guards are rest. Does it?
why don't we just scroll down and go to the ruling?
Yeah, sure. Let's check the ruling.
Because there's always explanations.
While the ruling's going up, let's look at the others.
Alright, this one I actually want to discuss a little bit about.
Unrivaled Blade Rogue Cyclomatus.
He is the brake ride for Mega Colony, and he's actually like something people put up to debate if he's fair or not.
So pretty much what he does is a typical brake ride plus 10,000, but he rests all your opponent's units. And all your opponent's units cannot stand during your opponent's next stand phase. So pretty much what I'm gonna guess this one is forces your Vanguard not to stand too.
Yes, this is why it's contradiction. This is the first card to ever say your opponent's Vanguard isn't allowed to stand. Meaning, like,
so you have another grade 3 in your hand to ride so that we could attack with your Vanguard.
Yeah.
You're gonna be stuck with not attacking. You're just gonna draw it, just end your turn.
Well, yeah, that's why it's conflicting because it's like, people have said Mega Colony needs a card like this because Mega Colony's way too weak otherwise. Stand triggers kill Mega Colony. And a card like this, at the end of the day, they need it, but it is so unfair in the fact that it forces everything to rest. And it's just, you don't, it's like, I've faced against this deck online and stuff, it's, when you're facing it you can't stand, it's like, there's nothing you can do about it. It's like, if you don't have another grade 3 in hand, you can't re-ride, you can't stand, you can't do anything, like, there's no point in even taking your turn other than to draw a card. So the card, in a sense, pretty much says, if you don't have a grade 3 in hand, skip your opponent's turn. That's really what the card is saying.
He's upset about it.
It's something that, like, there are other Mega Colony units, like, they're not, like, that just say prevent the Vanguard from standing, which aren't actually out yet, but it's like, they don't force everything to sit down and do shit.
So pretty much, it's the first time ever that there's actually a clan that does that, but Mega Colony, so if you guys are, like, looking to control your opponent's field, highly suggest you get this card. If not, then if you guys want to focus on getting machining, then go after the other one that gets plus 10,000 and a crit if all your opponent's triggers are arrested. We could not get a ruling of it because apparently there's no ruling on it yet.
No, there's ruling. Like,
no, there isn't.
They clicked ruling.
I clicked on ruling and it says they don't have it.
Well, that's stupid. I'm assuming it means that, like, your opponent has to have at least one rear guard. I mean, why in the hell would they not have two? Like, one rear guard.
I don't know, but like it's the only thing I could think. But I don't know. If you guys know the ruling on it, please tell us in the comments below, or right here, wherever.
There, it's just fucking there, dude. Seriously.
Like no, usually iPad's like on the side. Like it's if you guys.
The comments are still like right there.
It might be still down here, but still like anyway. Anyway, so yeah, so machining. If you guys wanna do it, but if you guys know the ruling, please tell us because like it's really confusing. And the last one, like we said, machining Ladybug. That's just it. A quintet wall. So typical quintet wall. Highly suggest not to get it unless if you're focusing on getting that clan or you guys want money card. I don't know. Which one do you think is the money card other than Omega Glendios?
Alfred or Clementus, because people are gonna just start building Mega Colony to say, fuck your turn.
What about like Rebirth?
Oh, Rebirth and the original Dragonic Overlord, like those I think are actually gonna be the money cards of the set, but
I think they're gonna be the highly like most popular cards.
As far as like double rares go, that card's gonna be the most expensive.
Okay, and we still have two more kind of stuff: Shadow Paladins and Gold Paladins.
I'll just
So which one should we do? Shadow Paladins then?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, Shadow Paladins have some interesting things.
Okay, so
that's not the.
Okay,
you're missing one, by the way.
I am.
Yeah, go up a little bit.
Oh, there you are.
Like no one even knows that card exists. Like some people don't even know that card exists. It's depressing. It's not even a bad card.
So Shadow Paladin is also getting another boost for Revengers. And pretty much
very interesting. Again, it brings in a whole new concept to the game.
So pretty much a whole new strategizing and all that.
Like how Mega Colony bring in prevent the Vanguard from standing. This deck brings in a whole new mechanic.
Doesn't this one like before? If I remember correctly, I remember like there was like some talk. Hold on here.
Let's discuss the other triple rare that came in at first.
Okay, so
it's just
the first on the top list of the whole set is Revenger Desperate Dragon. Well, You must be really desperate just to use it.
The problem is the card is that's actually the truth. I mean, the card is, in my opinion, overlooked. I mean, there's so many better things, but the card isn't bad at its core.
So pretty much what the Desperate Dragon does is, seriously, it sounds like that you're just being desperate if you were right.
You are desperate if you're playing him.
So pretty much, you counterblast one with Revenger, so a special counterblast. When this unit attacks the Vanguard, if the number of rear guards you have is more than your opponent, you may pay the cost. If you do, this unit gets plus 5,000 in the battle. His other Vanguard's effect is choose one of your Shadow Paladin's rear guards and retire it. At the beginning of your main phase, you may pay the cost. If you do, your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards and retire it. Wow.
That was long.
Well, I kind of said you.
Like I said, like at the core of it, the deck isn't bad. Like the card isn't bad, but it's just hyper conditional.
Don't you love cards like that?
So I have to say it's good because like he's getting a plus 5,000 in crit, and according to here, you don't need to. It doesn't say you could only activate this once, so you could activate it more than once.
It's when he attacks, meaning you only get the one trigger when he enters the battle.
Oh wait, he does. Okay, so pretty much it still puts pressures on your opponent because like you're saying like, okay, he now gets a conditional crit and you're at 4 damage. You gotta block this no matter what.
I mean, and Revengers are known to just run a crit, so
because of that, so that's Revenger Desperate Dragon. Please do not be desperate to grab this dragon. But
I mean, he's a triple rare, but
and he also is a Revenger. So if you guys are running a Revenger deck, that he's a good card. He may be a good card to grab, unless he's gotta get this other triple rare, which is Revenger Dragular. Is it Dragruler? Oh, there we go, Dragruler Phantom. There we go.
So, actually, in the Vanguard lore, if you remember way back to Phantom Blaster Dragon, Phantom Blaster Overlord, supposedly Majesty Lord Blaster killed him, and he was, like, split in two, a bad half and a good half. The bad half is actually the promo card we get at the sneak peek, which is Gust Blaster Dragon, but his good half was saved by this elf, which is the break ride for Revengers, which is Mordred Phantom.
Does that mean he's half the man he used to be?
Yes it is. So what happens is, in this set, he kind of fully reveals that he was still alive, I guess is the way I would word it. And so this is Phantom Blaster Overlord.
Renewed. So pretty much his limit break is counterblast 1, choose 2 of your rear guards with Revenger in its carnet and retire them. Back to the old Phantom Blaster's effect.
Well, it's 3, but
3?
Give or take, it's still like,
it's still the same.
It's still kill 2.
But he gets plus 10,000, and at end of turn, if the number of cards in your opponent's damage zone is 4 or less, choose one of your opponent's Vanguard and deal 1 damage.
Holy shit.
So what this card does is, as long as your opponent isn't about to die, you deal them 1 damage directly.
And I think according, and it doesn't say you can only use this effect once. So
you don't. You can use it as many as you want. However, if they get a trigger, but they still perform a damage check.
Yep.
So if they were to get a trigger, it still triggers.
Unless if it's a Great Fork Hydro, which negates all triggers from activating.
No, that's only on
Gun Conquerors, but anyway,
I'm lost now.
Yeah, sorry. The booster set that came out for Conquerors has the Great 4, and his
We are
effect.
broken.
It says during that player's turn, so. It's like,
No, during your turn, your opponent's triggers cannot be activated.
But this guy needs to be on the Vanguard circle.
Yeah, so
Like, how do you have 2 cards in the Vanguard circle? Unless it's Legion, and even then.
so, and he's also a cross right too for Illusionary, Revenger, Mordred, Phantom.
Like I said, that's the elf that supposedly saved Phantom Blaster Dragon's life when he died.
So he's a typical. Is he a break ride?
Phantom, Mordred Phantom's a break ride, so it's a cross break ride.
Yep, there we go. Cross break ride. Another cross break ride for Revengers. So if you guys are already have Illusionary, Revenger, Mordred, Phantom, this card will be a very good card to get. I will be calling you a cheater if you guys grab it because you guys are instantly going to get damage before you even the battle step. I hate you.
The difference is, Numbers is building this deck.
Numbers?
Yeah, he's building this deck because since I stopped playing Shadow Paladins, this was originally going to be the build.
Oh, Mr. 061678.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not going to remember his numbers.
I don't know what his numbers are.
06167
167.
I'm pretty sure he said 8.
06168.
I know he did. That was the point.
But yeah, don't worry. It'll take you guys. For some of you who's just watching this, it'll take you guys to remember. But Yeah, so pretty much, I'm gonna call you guys a cheater because I used to call Glendio a cheater because he'll instantly win, but now I'm calling this card a cheater because he's doing instant damage to you.
But Glendios is also highly conditional. On this card, at least it's like, you're not gonna die from his effect.
Yes, true.
Like, that would be beyond fucked up.
Yes.
Doesn't mean it's not.
Yeah, I believe what Shadow Paladins, like the meta was, like in competitive, is like people pretty much just ran 4 of this card, Dragon Blue Again, and 4 of the older card, which is, Restander.
Yeah, that card.
No, the Shadow Paladin Restander, I'm trying to remember his name. Revenger,
we'll remember it later.
It was...
Probably in the next Vanguard battle. We already have the card in it.
It was Kill Free.
The Shadow Darkness grab my biker.
Where is it?
In my backpack.
So moving on, so what the combo of the deck is you ride in a Drag Ruler Bit of first, and you force your opponent to take BF5 damage. And then the turn after,
Yellow?
like, assuming they're not 4 damage or anything, you ride straight into this card. Because he has a restanding factor. And then you put so much pressure on your opponent because you're at 5 damage and you can easily restand your Vanguard. That's the combo, at least for the deck, man. No, it wasn't. I can't remember his name. Like,
I think
it's under United Sanctuary.
I think it's like a very complicated name to remember.
No, it wasn't. We're just big idiots. Like, I just don't remember it.
We're just big derp. Oh, there we go.
That's more than fit in the break, right? So.
They can't vendor.
Here it is!
Raging for Dragon!
Yeah, remember Raging for Dragon. There we go.
So what you do is,
I am face palming right now.
like I said, you ride Dragon first, like, you just cut Order Phantom out of the deck, you force your opponent to 5 damage, and then late game, like, when they're at 5, you ride Raging for Dragon, and you're swinging with the Vanguard twice every turn.
You know, I gotta say this right now. If our editor is like doing this right now, he probably like put in some kind of word like down here somewhere.
He's probably face palming.
He probably like put a word right down here saying face palm right now. He's just putting it right now. So shut up! It's hard to remember all the names.
Actually, I think he's face palming me because I used to play this deck.
So yeah, there we go. So that's another one.
All right. So then double
other
rares are like,
This one is Revenger Bloodmaster. I don't think a lot of people will probably care for him, but some people who play Revenger might care because they probably want to know what he does.
He's interesting.
He's a counterblast 1 with this. When this card enters the Vanguard cycle, if you have a Shadow Paladin Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, put the top card of your deck face down into your damage zone and draw 2 cards.
As you can see, he's never seen this card before.
Oh.
So what it does is it hurts
really?
you for 1 damage, and then you draw 2 cards.
So he's a self-damager, except he allows you to draw a card. So pretty much, it's easier to get your limit break.
It actually, wow, I'm surprised you picked that up immediately.
Self-damager
Because it
does
took
that.
me like 3 days to figure that out. But you don't get to put the card back at the end of the turn, it's the problem. And it is going in face down. But for card advantage on a... But he also, I should mention, is a grade 2 at 5k body.
So pretty much, he's not going to be a good attacking, but he will be a good card to sack for your the cross break right card.
Or anything you sack, really.
Yeah, so pretty much he's going to be a good sacking or blocking.
He's just a sack target, because once you draw the 2 cards, like he's
just
like,
a filler. He's just a filler.
It's like the main, where it was a 3k body that you drew 2 cards with.
So, self-damager, draw 2 card, he's a good card, and he's a good like ditch card too at the same time once you use him. So sadly, you're just throwing him away after you use him.
I don't think people use him though.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Oh, but there is people that use
rare
him.
that makes him look sad.
So, sadly, probably a lot of people are probably gonna go after the grade 1 version of him then.
No.
No?
It's a grade 2 rare that makes him that's better than him.
Really?
Yeah, what it is it's a free +1, and you just have to put the card at the bottom of the deck. The card you called at the bottom of the deck instead. Like, it's a free +1.
Okay, and it seems like there's a grade 1. He's not a Revenger, so we're not going to talk about that card.
I'll just go over it briefly. It is a Lop Your Shoe. It's a...
Ditch and draw card?
No, it's the Soul Blast 1 draw card.
Oh,
it's
isn't it a
listener
Rising
it's a
Phoenix?
Dindrain clone. No, it's a Dindrain clone. When you call it from the deck, Soul Blast 1 draw card.
Okay.
It's Dindrain clone. There's nothing else to it. I mean, it's easy to call, but
Revenger also gets another quintet wall. Am I correct? This is
that's a quintet wall. Like they already have a perfect guard.
okay. So they have a quintet wall. You guys are after like all Revengers. They have a lot of new Revenger cards for you guys to grab for set 15.
It's sad that this card isn't used. Like it's not bad.
Like in my case, I understand why the quintet wall wouldn't be used, but if you guys are using it, then please tell him or us or whoever you want to tell it to or how it went. But other than that, that's pretty much it for Revengers. So now on to everybody's favorite clan.
Gold Paladin. So I want to discuss the double rares before I discuss the triple rares because they're interesting in reality. Why are you clicking Gold Paladin?
I said Gold Paladin.
Like why are you? No, you're clicking the access to Gold Paladin. Like
whoops. Bam.
Like there are a lot. Like the double rares they have are very interesting. So basically, in this set, Blaster Blade gets a ton of support from Liberator. The first double rare I'm going to discuss is actually a double rare that focuses Blaster Blade. It is Liberator, Star Rank Trumpeter. So what she does is she takes Blaster Blade from either your soul or your drop zone and puts it on the top of the deck when she's called. And by doing so, you shuffle your deck and Superior call the top card of your deck, so you don't just top deck Blaster Blade like an asshole.
Can I say something right now? How can people like in the pictures and Gold Paladin systems, how can you just tell the difference between a male and female?
The Star Rank Trumpeter is Stardust Trumpeter back from like Royal Paladins.
I know, but I'm looking at the picture, it looks like a guy for some reason.
Because Stardust Trumpeter first, and then it became Star Call Trumpeter, and then she became a Liberator, obviously.
Okay, so
like, it's Stardust Trumpeter, like Liberator.
So like you said, it allows you to get Blaster Blade Liberator back into the deck.
Aichi uses it at one point in the anime. It's not there in the English version, but he uses it, and that's what it combos really well with the new triple rare because, like I said, this set pretty much gives Blaster Blade support and then a really interesting new card.
And this is Liberator Holy Shine Dragon, another dragon for Liberator.
This actually brings in. This card, I believe, is overlooked but it's so good.
So his limit break is at the end of your turn, choose one grade 3 Gold Paladin from your soul, and you may ride it. If you do, choose one card named Liberator Holy Shard Dragon from your soul and put it into your hand. What?
This allows an infinite break ride combo.
What?
It's an infinite break ride combo. Where you have the ability to break ride every turn.
That sounds fun as hell.
That sounds.
His other ability is Counterblast the Liberator, a special Counterblast 1. When you ride him, Superior call the top card of your deck. So it's a typical +1 Gold Paladin thing. But no, so I didn't know, like I said, the grade 3s made everything else overlooked. This card is amazing by all means. It gives an infinite break ride. Like, what the hell are you gonna do about it?
You're going off the screen.
Sorry.
Here, CPX.
It's an infinite break ride.
I thought you just wanted to have your arm around him.
Here, let me help you.
No thanks. It's overlooked as hell, and I'm really sad about it because it's such a good deck.
Wow. I never heard about this card, so I'm really surprised that this card even existed. I never knew.
See,
wow.
It's overlooked. He had no idea it existed.
Wow, because the anime never showed it, and this is my first time actually looking through the set, which is why I'm using a computer to see all the effects and names for you viewers. Sorry, I'm a very bad memorizing person, so sorry.
Break ride. So here's the card that everyone's made that overlooks everything. Like, this is the reason this card's been overlooked.
And the last card,
Liberator,
Monarch Sanctuary Alfred.
Next one.
That was good time.
So yeah, he's a Liberator, but he's the first. He's the only other card in the game other than Omega to have a Ultimate Break and a Limit Break. Though his Ultimate Break isn't the strongest, it gets really fucked up at times. It's whenever Blaster Blade Liberator hits rearguard from the deck, he gains +10 and a crit.
So the grade 2 that you mentioned, Trumpeter, would be a good combination for this Monarch Sanctuary Alfred.
Are you kidding me? There's a starter that puts Blaster Blade on top of your deck.
That's even more of a good combo.
And then there are cards that say when Blaster Blade hits the field, unflip damage. So what I found most interesting about this card is his Limit Break. His normal Limit Break.
So if you count those 3, Soul Blast 2, put all your rear guards and locked cards on top of your deck in any order, and look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, search up to 5 cards with Liberator in this card name, call them to separate rear guard circle, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. This ability cannot be used for the rest of that turn.
It's actually
a Mega Glendios counter.
It's a counter to Link Joker. It's actually good in the sense that, like, if you superior called units, you get the ability to reactivate your superior call effects. Like Joseph, which was if you superior called him, Soul Blast the Liberator and draw a card, he's dead otherwise. Like, he's dead for the rest of the game. He's just a 7k vanilla. This card allows you to put him back on top of your deck and recall him from the deck. Like, it makes the card really good. Also, it gives you the ability to put Blaster Blade on top of your deck and recall him. Like, there's that. And his ability is actually known as Liberate the Lock. That's what it was known as in the anime. It's what I keep calling it. It's just Liberate the Lock.
And like all outfits effect, during your turn, this unit gets plus 1,000 for each of your Gold Paladin rear guards.
Yeah, I mean... And then...
Wasn't it 2,000 for the original Alfred?
It's 2,000 from the original, but I mean, this, like, if that was the case, like, this card would be fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the other Alfred, Roundtable Liberator Alfred, had that ability, so that would have been way too powerful. And then he has just generic Lord. As I mentioned, Omega Glendios was the first card to come out with an 11k body that did not have Lord.
So that's all the cards, all the main cards, all the big triples and doubles in this set 15. So pretty much for people that's going to that has sneak peeks near their card shop near you, or for us too at the same time.
I don't think there are. We're gonna have one this week. This time.
No. Oh, anyway.
I'm glad because I am having financial issues, but that's another.
Anyway, so pretty much the good cards you get for the sneak peek itself is probably. Which one do you think would be a good card? Like, I know Liberator, Monarch, Sanctuary, Alfred would be a good one.
I mean, if you get a grade 3, like if you get any of these double or triple rares, pick them up immediately. But it's like, as far as draft goes, like it's the rares and commons you pick that shine.
And also, do not forget about the doubles too. So pretty much, you guys are just only after the money card. I suggest hoping you get Draconic Overlord, Brave Ride, or the Rebirth.
I mean, if you're after money cards, just buy box.
That's pretty much all we have. So pretty much all the boosts. So pretty much, let me say all the names that's being boosted in this set. Once this computer starts freezing.
Well, I can say them because I know them.
I'll just no, don't go down. Go up. Do not say it.
That's what she said.
This is who I work with, people. This is who I work with. Okay.
For the record, I didn't do it that time.
So, Shadow Paladin, Gold Paladin, Cowgirl, Link Joker,
Pale Moon, Aqua Force, and Mega Colony.
Those are all the clans that are getting boost. So, if you guys want, if there's a clan in there that you guys want, if you guys are playing a clan and it's in this set, go ahead and get it. If you guys just want to collect cards, go ahead.
Like I said, this is the end for the Link Joker arc, and I want to say, as an end, they're going out really strong. I want to say, like, it's really good. I mean, this is actually, in reality, the end to Limit Break.
Good. So, with this all said and done, I hope you guys have been watching some of my other Vanguard battles. If you guys still haven't seen it, click the link below. If you guys haven't seen my other episodes of the other sets that I said, it'll also be in the set below, or you guys could hit the arrow or whatever like playlists it's on. So see you guys next time on the next preview. Also next time in my next Vanguard battle. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's gonna take a second.